Hello everyone, in today's review we'll be looking at the Yaesu FT-252, that's a 2-meter VHF handheld radio. The good news is, with this radio it's relatively inexpensive for Yaesu. You can pick one up for roughly around £70, and that's about $115. The model we have today is 252E, and from my experience with the FT-60E, I think that stands for the European model, and this will allow you to receive on 136 to 174 MHz, but you can only transmit on the 2-meter handband, which is 144 to 146. The picture on the front of the box of the radio is the actual size, so the first impression is it's not a small radio. The FT-252, like other Yaesu radios, they're really well made. The build quality is superb. Let's look at the exterior of this radio. On top you have the speaker here. The microphone is right on the right hand side here. You've got a good sized LCD display screen and very few buttons, and we'll come back onto these buttons a little bit later on. They are made of rubber and really easy to press. On the left hand side of the radio you have your one button, that's your PTT here, nothing else. Keep going around to the back, you have a plastic belt clip, and you have to take the belt clip off to be able to access the battery compartment. This 252 is complete waterproof, so the case of the battery compartment has a good seal around the edges, and the battery itself is 7.4 volts, that's 1030 milliamp hours, and the model number is FMB124LI. You can also get a drop-in charger, a desktop cradle for the FT-252. Right hand side of the radio there's only one socket, and that's the power socket. This is where you plug in your charger. On top of the radio there's a rotary dial on the right hand side and the antenna here. The antenna itself is an SMA male antenna, so it's the female base on the radio. Very similar to a lot of other Yaesu handheld radios here. The battery takes about 5 hours to fully charge, so this radio has been charged properly. To turn it on, press and hold the lower button, the bottom key here, and it gives you a voltage reading when you turn the radio on. This radio can go into VFO mode or memory mode by pressing the button on the left. So you have to press the volume or squelch key first, so that's changing the volume. It does go all the way to 0, and another good thing with this radio is the audio is really loud. When you go all the way up to 31, this is louder than any other handheld I have got. In VFO mode, the dial on top of the radio and the up and down buttons serve the same purpose. If you want to start a scan, you press and hold either the up or the down key for 3 seconds. To change your frequency quickly, you can press the function key once and then rotate the dial or press the arrows. This will change 1 MHz per click. The button here is reverse button, so that will reverse if you on a repeater. Say for example, if I leave this on the GB3AL, press that, the minus icon flashes. The low button here is for power setting, so press it once, it shows you the current setting, which is a stored level, but press it again, it goes to mid level, and there's a low. It goes from 5 watt to 2 watt to half a watt, so that's quite good 3 steps here. Press the set or ATS button once. You can rotate the dial or using the up and down arrows to select from 46 different menu options, and if you're familiar with the Yaesu menu setup you will find this very easy to do even without reading the instructions manual. The power button also serves as a lock, a keypad lock, so single press that locks all the buttons. So now let me put all the good points together for you. It's very simple to use. The keypad is very easy to understand. You don't need all the keys on the front to operate this radio. It has 200 memories, so for all your regular 2 meter frequencies or channels, you can program that on the radio without any problem, and you can display the alpha tags on different channels. This radio has got a lithium-ion battery, which is much better than the FT-60. Now, it does last a lot longer. In terms of the power setting, going from high to mid to low is very easy to do. You just need to press a button that's already on the keypad. The audio is very loud, so that's ideal if you're using this radio out in the field or in a noisy environment. Like some other Yaesu models, this radio has the automatic repeater shift. So if you put it on in the UK, for example, if I put on 145.7 and the repeater shift goes automatically to a -0.6 megahertz. Now you can change that. You can also store an odd split by storing the transmit frequency separately to the radio. The smart search scanning function is very useful, so it saves you from going up and down. You just need to set the center frequency and it will scan up and down for 15 other active frequencies. I think there are 3 main points where people would buy this radio. 1, because it's a Yaesu. Okay, some people love Yaesu brand. 2, it's waterproof, which means you can use this radio out in the field if it's drizzling, if it's raining, or if you drop it in the mud, it's not going to kill the radio. And 3rd, which is very important, is the price. So are there any complaints that I have about this radio? Well, I have a couple. First of all, the size of the radio. For single band, it's quite big and heavy. So a lot of the dual band 2 meter 70 centimeter or 2 meter 4 meter radios is a lot lighter and smaller. There's no headphone socket. So if you are someone who uses headsets or headphones for your handheld radios, perhaps you should look away because it does not allow you to do that. There's no number keypad, so if you want to directly enter frequency, you cannot do that. You have to get used to just using the dial or the up and down buttons, which in my opinion is quite easy. But again, if you prefer to have a keypad, unfortunately this one doesn't have it. Another one is the keypad lock. Think about the times when you accidentally knock the radio onto something because you single click that button, that's to lock the radio, but single press again to unlock it. So this button is quite easy to be pressed accidentally if you knock the radio on something else. Thank you for watching this review, and I hope you find it useful. Please feel free to share, comment or subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Handyradio YouTube channel will keep bringing reviews and unboxing of all the latest gears you ever need for handheld radios.